Hello friends, this video on alternating currents part 22 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. Please make sure that you have watched all the videos till part 21 before going ahead with part 22. So now here again it says that obtain the answers to A and B if the circuit is connected to a 110 volts 12 kilohertz supply. Hence explain the statement that a capacitor is a conductor at very high frequencies. So by solving these 3-4 problems, we are getting to know new facts. We got to know in our previous problem that if we use a high frequency power supply, then an inductor can behave like an open circuit. Now here we will see that if we use a high frequency power supply, then a capacitor can behave like a conductor. So let us look at it. Now in this case, what are the values that are given? Some values are already given in the previous problem, like the capacitance is given as 100 into 10 to the power minus 6 farads. Resistance is given as 40 ohms. RMS value of voltage is given as 110 volts. Frequency is given as 12 kilohertz, which is equal to 12 into 10 to the power 3 hertz. So what would be the mean value of voltage? The peak value of voltage would be equal to root 2 times the RMS value of voltage, right? That is equal to 110 root 2 volts. And what would be the angular frequency? That would be equal to 2 pi nu, which is equal to 2 pi into 12 into 10 to the power 3 hertz. That is equal to 24 pi into 10 to the power 3 hertz. Right? So here again we will calculate the maximum value of current or the peak value of current, which is equal to Vm divided by Z. And what is Z? Z is R square plus Xc square. So this will be equal to Vm divided by root over R square plus 1 by omega square C square. So this comes out to be 110 root 2 divided by root over R square, which is 1600 plus 1 by omega square, that is 24 pi into 10 to the power 3 square into C square, that is 10 to the power minus 4 square. Therefore, this maximum value of current comes out to be 3.9 amperes. Now, if you compare this value of current with the value of current we obtained during lower frequency power supply in the previous problem, is almost the same. There is no marked difference between them. So, let us try to find out the second part. In the second part, again, we have to find out the time lag. And time lag is equal to phi by omega. So we have to calculate the value of phi. We know that tan phi is equal to xc divided by r, which is equal to 1 by omega c r, that is equal to 1 divided by 24 pi into 10 to the power 3 into 10 to the power minus 4 into 40. So this is equal to 1 by 96 pi. So from this we can see that phi comes out to be 0.2 degrees. That is equal to 0.2 into pi divided by 180. Therefore, time lag is equal to phi by omega, that is equal to 0.2 pi divided by 180 into 1 by 24 pi into 10 to the power 3. So pi and pi will get cancelled and this comes out to be 0.04 microseconds. So what do we observe from this? We observe that the value of phi is almost 0 at high frequencies. We observe, so the observation. So we will list down the observation from this problem, that is phi tends to 0 at very high frequency, because 0.2 degrees can be considered as almost near to 0. So phi tends to 0 at very high frequency. What do you mean by phi tends to 0? Phi tends to 0 means there is no phase difference between voltage and current. That means voltage and current, phi tends to 0 means voltage and current are in same phase. So that means we are talking about a conductor with a fixed resistance. So we are talking about a resistive circuit. That means we can say that the capacitor behaves like conductor, right? And that is why since it behaves like a conductor, therefore the maximum amount of current that can flow through the circuit also did not decrease. Thank you. Please visit examfear.com to watch free educational videos, try free online tests, get the best quality study materials, study from the best tutors and mentors, and much more. Thank you once again.